Hey, Rich.
Taylor, what's up?
How do you feel about cellared wines?
I am actually a fan of cellared wines, but not all wines probably should be cellared.
Excellent point.
That's why we're here today.
All right.
We are going to answer the question of should you cellar or not cellar a wine?
I love it.
So we just did inventory, and as we're going through, of course, in our wine cellar, we found a bunch of random bottles that some have some good age on them. So the beauty here is we're going to start a new episode called The Test of Time and actually open these up and see whether or not the bottle truly was able to test time.
Let's do it. I love the idea. So we've got a bunch of wines that we're going to taste, some as old as 2006.
Oh, wow.
So we've got 15 years old, and we got stuff that's going to be 2012, but white wine.
But before we start,
Okay.
are there any, again, like I said, I know you also have a number of bottles you cellar as well. And I think this is a really great question for our audience, but, you know, A, do you all cellar, but is there any kind of guidelines or rule of thumb that you might make suggestions as someone's in the wine room talking to us?
Yeah.
There's things that I know, but what are your thoughts?
When we talk about aging wine, we want to do it for a couple of reasons. A, are the wines overtly tannic?
Yep.
Do they have a lot of structure? Do we want those to soften over time? Do we want the sort of tertiary, the secondary layer of flavors to come out of a wine? That's what cellaring is really going to do for wines. So there's certainly wines that it would be appropriate to do that with, and then there's other wines that you just they're designed to be drunk now, like today. I think it comes down to sort of like what the intention of the wine is, because you can make a wine with more tannin, with more richness, with more acidity levels, all things that'll go into aging a wine.
Grab our glass.
So the first wine is going to be Nadine Ferrand. This is a Saint Veran. It's 100% Chardonnay from the 2012 vintage.
2012.
On their website, they say that this wine should age from 5 to 8 years, so we are beyond that. This would have been normal retail at $19.99, which is what we had it on the shelf when we purchased it.
We're also not doing some crazy, $100 plus something or other.
Exactly.
Great. This
That's like literally exactly what I was thinking. I was like,
I would love to see the expression because we're like,
this actually smells really good.
It does.
It doesn't seem old. It seems vibrant.
It's amazing. Oh my God. Wow. You know, I think it's losing on the fruit for sure. The nose is there. It has there's still definitely some good fruit concentration. The fruit's probably on the downhill.
Sure.
On this, but shockingly, there's really quite some good body, some good flavor.
There's no oxidation.
No, which is amazing.
And you're still getting a little bit of, there's almost still a freshness to it. You're getting that white flour.
Ooh.
Not at all what I expected to happen. I
Wow.
thought
we're gonna battle for who takes that home today.
This was fun because I actually assumed that this bottle was gonna be the one that we're gonna go like do. It's like not gonna be good, but this was wow.
Wow. So you're right. Typically white wines.
So yes, that stood the test of time.
That did. Fantastic.
Wow. Okay, 1 for 1. So now this is going to be a bottling from 2009 from the village of Cheverny, which is in the Loire Valley. Okay, the color already looks like it's gonna be. This might not last. A single vineyard bottling from a small plot. It is supposed to be one of their bottlings that age very well, and this is 2009, so we're at 12 years old. So this is mainly Pinot Noir. Case is 100% Pinot Noir.
Okay.
Maybe a dollop of Gamay.
So again.
Okay.
It really
doesn't smell bad at all.
Again, I'm expecting like vinegar, like oh great, this will be used for my salad tonight. But this is not at all.
Bright cherry. It's a little bit of earthiness. You know, this is also from a natural producer, so I'm not sure if that allows for a longer aging process. There's really no manipulation going on in the wine or the winery.
Okay, again, surprised because this clearly has taken at least the test of time for me. A good nose, fruit's still there. It's Yeah.
There's like a real peppery kind of earthy
to it. Oh yeah, that's really quite delicious.
It is good. It's maybe falling again like the other one.
It's
falling.
It's falling.
But wow,
that is quite tasty.
So I think this was $29.99. That's a lot. That's.
I'm gonna go back fair.
That's really cool. And I actually think that right now, we literally opened these and we have not tasted them yet.
Nope.
We're tasting these literally on fresh right now, but they haven't really seen much air. So they probably can still potentially develop a little bit.
That's nice.
So those were the two wines that I thought had the least chance of making it.
Oh, so we only have
2 for 2 for the test of time so far.
Right,
okay. So now we're staying in the Loire Valley. So this is Domaine de la Pepiere, and this is their Cuvee Granit, which is going to be a Cab Franc bottling, and this is from 2013.
Again,
this one I feel pretty good about.
Really solid.
Yeah, the color looks great.
Beautiful red. I don't know if you guys can see that.
And this was $20. This was $19.99.
Okay. The Cabernet Franc for sure.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. To me, the nose is muted. There's something lacking on the nose right now.
It's muted. I feel the wine is slightly muted as well. I feel the other two are on the downhill. This is further down the hill. It's still drinkable. It's still nice, but it doesn't have the concentration of fruit. It falls apart a little bit on the back end.
It hasn't developed anything. It's probably lost stuff.
Yeah.
Because it was definitely, there was more mineral, it was more driven when it first came out. It's all grown in granite soil, so you're going to get a high mineral sort of component to the wine.
You get that earthy tones immediately, but it's just
that's
not.
about it.
Yeah, I'm missing the fruit. I'm missing the good kind of grape juice out of that.
Okay, so I think we're going to rule that did not stand the test of time.
That goes to the reject side.
That goes to the reject side, yeah. So next up is going to be a tiny producer from the Santa Cruz Mountains, Stefania. So they work in Santa Cruz Mountains and Santa Clara. So this is a single vineyard wine. It's called the Crimson Clover Vineyard. This is a 2010 Cabernet. This was retailing for $39.99 when we first brought it in.
Again, this has some really good color. Again, if you can see that, dark reds.
Now this, in a sense, a bit of a ringer for me to put into this because I have these wines in my cellar at home. And these have really aged really well.
Nose is there.
You get
big
that big fruit. You're getting the cedar. You're getting
the wood immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. The fruit's not primary anymore. It's not that big, juicy, rich sort of fruit. It's taking a back seat.
This is still a slight tannic, actually. You'll get that immediately. At least I get the grippiness. Doesn't that?
Yeah, you get the
holy bejesus. That might go for another 5 years.
Yes, the tannins are there. They're still pretty powerful. They've certainly softened.
Wow, I like this nose a lot, actually.
I thought these just aged so gracefully.
Yeah.
They're beautiful wines.
Good body, good mouthfeel. The fruit integrated with a little bit of the wood.
Yeah.
A slight tannic still on the back end you get immediately, but it's like really quite nice.
It's not overripe. It's not super fat.
Well, theirs never was.
They never were. I think the alcohol is not very high on these wines either. 13.9, so pretty reasonable. Right. So that's another thing. When you're talking about wines that cellar, we assume that lighter alcohol wines aren't going to cellar as well, which is not even remotely the case. It's not about alcohol levels. It's about how balanced the wine can be as it gets older. And this, I think, certainly shows that. Cabernet, obviously, we know is one of those varietals that is going to cellar well and is going to be one of those wines you want to put down or potentially put down.
It's ultimately, of all of them, again, it's hard to say. I think that's a great, again, I've been there so many times opening a bottle and like, where is that peak versus the downhill?
A couple of them have found the peak.
Oh yeah,
this has not found. This is not.
This we don't know where it is in a way, but it still I think potentially has that ability to keep moving up because it's really providing great balance as well as just good fruit and everything else.
Wow.
So, yeah,
all right, so we are now 3 for 4 from the test of time.
That's it.
That's great.
Pretty amazing.
It is actually amazing.
I was
agree.
really expecting to have vinegar on my salad tonight, but that's besides the point.
Okay, so this is the oldest wine that we have tonight. This is the 2006.
All right.
So this is from Priorat. Closos. My Spanish isn't awesome. I apologize. So we're looking at like Carignan, Grenache. Grenache, Carignan. I get your. I'm going to participate.
Again, it has a really deep, rich red color into it. It's hard to probably see that.
So prior to tasting this right now, I've had this wine, and I had this wine in my cellar for a bit, and it was very rich, very intense, black fruit, loaded. It'll be really interesting to see how this has developed. It's not stood the test of time. I can assure you. this
I might have found my salad dressing tonight. It's
this failed. Wow.
It's a beautiful red wine vinegar.
It is getting there though. There's no question.
It's not quite there, but it's definitely you smell it on the nose immediately that it's just kind of falling apart.
Which is started to really interesting because this might have been the wine I thought had the most potential to age.
That's crazy.
Because Priorat is an appellation that can age. It's got good tannins. They've got good richness to them. There's usually good acidity levels, and I think you can still see a little bit of the acidity. But the fruit's completely sort of fallen apart.
Yeah.
It's definitely like raisin and sort of
that's
overripe.
What I got immediately almost on the nose, where it's just that to me that's that overripe and raisin, plum, like stuff like that.
All right, put that. Get that over there. That's
all right, that's the real reject.
All right, so 3 out of 5.
That was great.
Yeah, shockingly the Chardonnay.
I only wish
the 9-year-old Saint Veran.
It's just
I know.
But anyway,
this was a lot of fun.
I also like cellaring because I think it just adds some like, I don't know, ownership or some complexity or just like, hey, that's my wine. It's been sitting there. I've personally taken care of this. You get the reward and well, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, sometimes you don't. It's true. Yeah, there's a number of drain pours in my house.
It happens.
It happens. Yeah.
Well, hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please hit the like, give us a thumbs up, subscribe. You know, we have fun doing these things. So, yeah, thanks again.
All right. Thanks, guys.
We're back. 30 minutes later. We wanted to give these wines some air. We wanted to check them out.
30 minutes later. It's only the 3 winners that we're focusing on because those other 2 duds are really duds.
Yes.
So we're trying to see, did we really make the right choice? And do they test it? Do the wines handle
the test of additional time?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, with air. How do they do with air?
I was tongue-tied completely there. It was bad.
Well, clearly I was too.
It's all right.
So, I think without question, it still smells awesome.
I'm like laughing.
It still smells so good.
Oh my God, why? This Chardonnay should not.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh, that's really nice. I like that. We're going on for speed round. Speed round. We're going
so
on.
good.
We gotta keep going.
It's really, it's very toned. It's very beautiful. There actually is solid fruit. It's really cool.
Really good.
There's a little creaminess in the back end. I like it. All right.
That is really nice.
So,
I like that a lot. All right, moving on.
So what's really funny is we tasted this after 15 minutes and now after 30 minutes. 15 minutes, like the fruit was gone.
Well, it was.
And there was all that tertiary flavors. This now the fruit's back up.
I don't get it.
I get the cherry. Like, it's got the cherries there again. The herbs are just like out of control on this wine right now. Oh wow, that smells so good.
Oh, and it has the great body, that great herbal components in now in the mouthfeel.
Good
There is a little bit of that cherry. It's still there.
It's still there. It disappeared
Oh,
and came back.
That's ridiculous. All right, moving on. The cab. Oh yeah, the color's still there.
Oh my God, that smells magical. Oh my God, that's
all right.
good.
This wine with the jazz hands is still fine at this point.
That smells so beautiful. It is absolutely singing right now. It's perfect. That's beautiful wine. Oh my gosh.
That is just really dynamite.
And it's
Air
beautiful.
has really continued to just let that climb.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's see what that is.
Wow.
So good fruit, awesome. God, that was fun.
That was fun. I really actually like the 30-minute after 30 video. Whatever.
I want to say, how many minutes now are we at?
Everybody's gonna think I've had too much to drink at this point. Thank you very much. Yeah.
No, this was great. It's amazing to see what wines can really do over time. All right. Well, hey, thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.
All right, thanks.